Double puzzle is a hard road.
We had fun. I said Pwndnoob was gonna get sex on stream.
Oh yeah, Danky Blocks is a fast game. That game's fast. Race initiated, no. Ooh.
Welcome, one and all, to the Wizards and Lizards Mystery Tournament 19. Are you strong enough to become a wizard? Or are you weak and frail like a lizard, but crafty to survive?
Everyone starts a wizard. Everyone got wizard status for free. Oh, that's wrong. I gotta fix the the game status there.
If you can't handle me at my wizard, you don't deserve me at my lizard. I know we joked about this theme for almost an entire year.
It's worth doing.
I'm very happy.
Because 19 is a nonsense number. There's no associations with the number 19 that anybody cares about. It's much better just to kind of make it its own thing.
I mean, 19 is a prime number, but there's a lot of prime numbers.
Yeah, especially below 19. There's quite a few.
I mean, every graduating class had some sort of phrase, like class of 19. We're meant to be seen. Something stupid.
I don't remember what mine was. Every year that I was in school, and I graduated or whatever, it was the same year of the grade that I was in. So that made it really easy to remember. So that's kind of a fun fact. That won't happen again until, well, quite a while.
Well, it's like anyone who was born in the year 2000 has the easiest time of keeping track of how old they are.
It's true.
I mean, that could be said with pretty much anyone born in a, XX0 year.
Yeah, that's true.
But hello, chat. I know we've been rambling on about numbers and lizards.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can... We've got 2 matches. We've got a big double right now. I gotta find the match IDs and pull in these people.
Got a lot of exciting times. We're nearing the end of our round 1, our Wizards 1.
We are. One of these is a winner's one. I'm going to be tagging people on the Discord tonight, pinging people who have not yet scheduled their match. So if that's you and you want to avoid the ping of shame, get that done before the end of this stream.
You're a troublesome wizard. Internet dirigible, the prefect is finding you out on curfew. You're sneaking around the grounds.
I'm like the wizard RA.
You're not going to your classes. You only have one class, and you've got a lab partner. You're not even friends with the lab
10
partner.
Dude. Just get up early enough, all right?
Yeah, it's just a 2-hour elective at most. Unless, you somehow manage to get the same result as your partner. Then you gotta do it again. And what are the odds that it happens again today?
One of these is a 2. One of these is match number 111. That's exciting.
The most wizard of numbers.
This is the winner's one.
Oh, geez, Rhelys with the gun.
Yeah, Rhelys is about to kill me. This is their third mystery tournament. Finished 17th in MT15. That is no slouching position. That's a pretty good position. The wizard gun, it's here.
I mean, it is a very strong spell. Wizard pulls out gun.
Yes. Versus the Whitley, 10th edition. Been here a long time, brother of fellow competitor Arc Bliss.
And look at that top right corner. He's got that star.
Just last year, Whitley is improving at an incredible rate. Has even beat me in a mystery tournament. Believe it or not, the best gamer among us beat me at Archer McLean's Mercury.
I want to say every time I'm on commentary with you, ID, you bring up Archer McLean's Mercury. Your pride and joy of mystery racing.
I feel like I've raced Whitley in something else too, but they get really good times. Exceptionally good at eating ice cream cake. Rhelys has no special, which means that they're perfectly rounded.
I mean, Rhelys has a gun. You don't need special skills when you have a gun.
Yeah, like you go, yeah. Well, I won't take that further. Let's go to match 2. OkamiOfGames is now a buff Anubis. This is a new picture for Games.
No, you're missing out on the lore, ID. This is a Kuso Grande meme. That is jacked Anubis. Specifically, I can't remember the exact game. So post your jacked Anubises in chat if you have a jacked Anubis. It was in one of the games that was given out in Kuso Grande. I want to say it's called Time Slip, which is a wild game.
It looks like a sprite from Big Karnak.
I mean, it has kind of that like Big Karnak feel to it. It's a SNES kind of like, I'd say it's a Karnak-like, but like you have like a gun.
Dude, this guy's huge. This is the first thing that comes up when you look. Is this game awesome? Should I look at this for MT? This looks sweet.
It's I mean, I'm telling you, it was in Kuso Grande, so that might give you some.
That's not always a bad thing. Does this have big old Euro platformer levels though? It looks kind of meandering.
It has that kind of like feel. It's brutal. The game is brutal.
It looks pretty awesome. I'm gonna look up Time Slip. I've never heard of this game.
But yeah, that is Jack Danubis. That's Okami of Games. 2 stars. Has been in has only been doing mystery tournaments since MT16, but taking 3rd in their first mystery tournament with a 19-6 win record. That is a hefty win record. But not to be outdone, we've got Feathers McGraw.
I know that's him.
There is.
Maybe that's him from the new special. I've heard that has come out. I have not yet seen it.
It is. I think it's just a chicken, though. We think it's Feathers McGraw, but that's just a chicken.
Yeah, I did rewatch The Wrong Trousers just about a month ago. Still holds up for sure.
Oh, anything claymation just holds up really well, in my opinion.
It's true. Some of the dialogue in Wrong Trousers. There's some pretty funny parts.
Well, yeah, that's Pwndnoob. Pwndnoob.
I see. Likes to submit games and has been here a lot. And actually, this is winners too. We can look at what they played.
Yeah, let's look at what they played. We don't need to look at the text, their flavor text at all. But yeah, Okami hasn't played yet because it was seeded.
at 27. Yeah, they played Denki Blocks 100 times. And I don't know why they kept going after 51, but they just wanted,
I think that's just like a weird statistics thing based off of like voting on challenge. Is why it says 73 to 27.
I can change it, and I'm going to. Let's see if it'll change in real time.
But yeah, beat Toasty Stoat in Denki Blocks, which is it was a very interesting puzzle game where you kind of had the free reign to choose. You had about a grid of 25 puzzles, and you'll need to finish 15 in order to move on to the next set of 25 puzzles.
Ooh, Magic Carpet Ride from Aladdin's Nest, one of my favorite video games. Get every year.
But yeah, that is our set of gamers for this double.
Yeah, and Pwndnoob likes to submit games, but hasn't been around all that long and doesn't have a whole lot of like retro knowledge. But just based on all these people, Rhelys and TheWhitley and Okami and Pwndnoob, they all join races sometimes. I think we might get some redraw. Trying to find.
Yeah, between our 4 players, I mean, Okami has played quite a bit of games. He's no stranger to basically the whole lexicon of almost any console. Possibly owns it. And then also some restrictions. I think Pwndnoob doesn't have a mouse. Or maybe it's TheWhitley. I mean, TheWhitley just got a new computer, so who knows what ghosts live in there. And Rhelys is playing with a gun. So had to find specific light shooter games for Rhelys.
We've got we may have a game here, an interesting one.
Always a good choice to have a game.
I know. Well, we'll see. I'm getting distracted because people are saying redraw. I'm just not even gonna. The problem is I can't just ignore it. Like, I wish I could just say, well, we'll see when it happens, but I actually have to like set the stream up and stuff. So like, I like to play video games. I haven't raced in a tournament in quite a while. I'm too busy doing this stuff, testing games and whatnot. But my preferred game is weird retro games that no one has ever heard of that are 2D platform. That's when I might win. There's a lot of other stuff though that exists, and so I think all of our players kind of have different strength here. TheWhitley, pretty good at like kind of Twitch platforming things. Probably not quite as good as Okami, who's really good at that kind of thing, but also has all this retro experience. Pwndnoob plays a lot newer stuff. Rhelys has come in 17th. I guess I don't know their exact match history, but I'm trying to remember some of the matches I've seen from them. But I mean, that's a crazy good placement.
I mean, to take 17th is still like you gotta have like the right string of games.
Yeah.
I mean, even getting any win in Mystery Tournament shows you have at least a skill set that got tested correctly. Because sometimes you just get unlucky and you don't get any wins because you pull 2 puzzle games that are Sokoban-likes that you don't want to play, but you have to.
It is true. Hopefully less likely, but I mean, you know, people submit what they submit and we say okay. Turns out TheWhitley did a bunch of work on their controller setup when I think we're getting a game that's so simple you don't even need a controller.
You control it by sight alone.
Yeah, it's just like feeling.
It's that one mini game in Mario Party Island Tour, Choicest Voice, where all you do is just imitate the character in the game. Or what's that PS2 one where you control it via like voice commands?
Oh, Silver something. No, it's something like that.
It makes no sense contextually. Lifeline, there it is. Like,
I didn't think it was Silver something.
Silver? No, that's the Gons game. But yet, Lifeline. which
Oh yeah, Odama.
as
Odama, you use your voice to control it. You have to. I think you have to use a controller too, though. I got Odama on the shelf over there.
yeah, Odama's the pinball one, right?
Yeah,
It's like
but you
it's
so you
pinball and
control
voice activated.
you control a big ball in ancient Japan on the GameCube, and in addition to that, in a pinball fashion, and in addition to that, that big ball's going around a like battlefield, and you have to use your voice to command your army to move out of the way, because they might be in the way of this big ball that's flying around. And it has one of the best covers, probably of any game. Certainly the best like cover of that age. The GameCube cover art is not very inspired on the whole, but Odama has some wonderful cover art.
Where is Odama 2? The question we've all
Seriously.
been asking.
I don't think that's happening.
I mean, they already said that a Punch-Out is dead. They confirmed it. They're not making any more Punch-Out games.
Who said?
Some interview is just like, nah, we're not gonna.
What? That's
I think
so
it's because
sad.
boxing as like a whole is just like fallen out of favor.
Punch-Out featuring Jake Paul. We're not gonna see it. It's like featuring Mr. Dream. Jake Paul's Punch-Out.
I mean, how many? There's just so many more nationalities that they can just make as characters.
It's true. There's so many. They didn't dig very deep. These were all like the normal nationality. They didn't go like people from like Tonga or like.
They can go deeper with their stereotypes.
Or they could go like individual U.S. states. Like, don't you want to box against Florida Man? I'd like to see it.
Florida Man would be a hard boss.
Yeah, that's the top of the not the World Cup, because that's Jake Paul, but it's like
it's the major circuit. It's like the major circuit. So like there's the minor circuit, the major circuit. He's the pop of the major circuit for sure. I mean, okay, now I'm theorizing like, how many fights would there be? Would they set it up like they would for Super Punch-Out, and be like 4 fights per like circuit?
Yeah, I think you could almost do like more. There's plenty. I mean, this would not be hard. If Mugen exists, then we can do Big Punch-Out. The game is called Big Punch-Out.
Big Punch-Out. I mean, now I'm trying to think, who would be the Glass Joe state? Like, what state is considered like, oh,
Vermont?
this is the it's Vermont Glass Joe.
It's like Bernie Sanders or like somebody who owns a bed and breakfast or something. Vermont gets Glass Joe.
I mean, you could throw it the other way. You could get like hipster, like Washington.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Or Oregon, like
you could do the Seattle or the Portland representative from the coffee shop barista. I'm
liking
it's
some
true.
of these
A lot of
names
people
in
do
chat.
own guns in Vermont. Maybe Vermont is a bad choice.
Oh, I love these names that Furret Turt's putting in chat. Teddy C, York M. Hatton, California.
These are good.
I mean, these come off more as like Phoenix Wright character names.
It's true. I'm getting distracted. You've got to.
Sorry.
You got to riff. I have to actually.
Okay, chat. We'll plan this out. So like the minor circuit for Big Punch-Out are 4 states. Obvious. Okay, well, let's get some states that we know are gonna be like surefire, very easy. Nevada, easy state. You've got like Vegas Stakes Man. Like he's buying his way. He's a lottery man. He's a slot machine kind of guy. So we got Vegas.
Jack Potter.
Jack Potter.
And he's got like a popped collar and like a hat with like uh,
it's got a handle
suits,
on it
a
that you
hat
can
with like card suits on it, like a top hat.
Okay, so we got one. I mean, obviously Florida man. I think he's literally just Florida man. Doesn't need anything else. He's got
there's
gators.
No reason to, don't fix what ain't broke, you know.
So we got 2 states. I'm thinking about Texas is an obvious, like. I mean, obviously, you know, he's got the gallon cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the ranged gun attack if you're not paying attention. So you got to star punch him quick before he shoots you.
He'll pull up like a revolver and like quick draw.
It's the knockout punch.
Yeah. When he comes out to fight, he holds up saloon doors himself and opens them as if he's walking through saloon doors.
Okay, I mean, this is close to home for me. But you have the twins of Minnesota, because the Twin Cities. Yeah. So you're fighting 2 people at once.
That's pretty good. And the Whitley is not streaming. Good start.
We'll get there. Okay,
Juicy and Lucy, the Minnesota Twins. That's pretty good.
I applaud that one. Good. See, this is easy. It's so easy to create a video game. I don't know how they keep failing. How can
it's
you?
True. Ideas are cheap.
We got them for days.
You know, this is as much work as some people do before they launch a Kickstarter.
All they do is just come up with words, and like someone will give me money for that.
It's not. It does. It happens that way.
Some other states that would be pretty good. I mean, you can go like more national landmarks. You just do like something.
Mount Rushmore would be pretty sweet if it was just like all 4 of them. And then also, you think that you're done, but then at the end, the 5th phase is an Easter Island head.
What? It's not Konami. What? Sunsoft was Konami. What company always had the Easter Island heads? Is it Konami?
Yeah. Is the one who made Moai-kun? I think that's Sunsoft.
Yeah. Oh, that's Sunsoft. Okay.
I could be wrong. Moai-kun is made by Konami. No, you're right. That's Konami. They didn't put the Easter Island heads in any Castlevania games,
I don't think so. Okay, there's the Hawaii Lua. Like, obviously we got a hula dancer.
Mm-hmm. Maybe with
hard
like
to hit.
With like a fiery head.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's deep stereotypes. That's the only way you can do a Punch-Out boxing game.
It's true. I mean, you can do it. Obviously, some of the originals were pretty offensive, but I think it's possible to just kind of do kind of goofy stereotypes that celebrate the area that they come from. Like, I mean, you don't have to go Piston Honda. You know, you could do better than that.
I think his original name was. Well, there's the one guy whose name was literally just Pizza Pasta.
Pizza Pasta didn't make it into the NES one. He was in the arcade only. There's also Soda Popinski, who was originally Vodka Drunkinski, but then they changed his name at some point.
Alaska is just an anthro sled dog.
I mean, that seems reasonable.
I mean, like, it fits in with the lore of Punch-Out.
Yeah. Maybe it could be a bear just to like have a little fun with it.
Well, that was the Canada guy. The Canada guy was basically a bear with a squirrel.
Right, that was Bear Hugger. Bear Hugger's gonna come out, and you're thinking, oh no, it's Bear Hugger, but then an actual bear is gonna come and eat him, and then fight you instead. That's like that's the twist.
And it's a vicious scene, and Nintendo wants you to watch it, so you can't skip the cutscene.
This is big Punch-Out. You gotta go big. This is not This is not your grandma's Punch-Out, all right? This is big Punch-Out. Speaking of Punch-Out, not speaking of Punch-Out at all, we have a game. And Rhelys, what happened? Hold on, let me reload this. We have a game, and the game is Swift Stitch. Are you familiar with this game, Travis?
I am not. It looks... I mean, it looks familiar, but...
This is a game that rewards fast reactions. I don't know if this was ever actually in top 8. I think it may have been. But this is a game that rewards fast reactions. Good music.
All right, chat, remember, hold on to all of these ideas that we had for Big Punch-Out. We will come back to it later.
Yeah, please. Big Punch-Out is going to happen.
I mean,
honestly, when it comes to... I guess making the animations would be kind of hard. You have to be a little bit of an artist. But, like, when it comes to the actual gameplay, it would be pretty straightforward. You would just have to match up when people are vulnerable with their aim.
So yeah, I'm just looking at the little title screen. We have a speed class, so you can actually choose how fast you want to go.
Yes.
All right, just looking at it right now, Rhelys is going big with speed class 7.
That's as fast as you can go, I think.
And everyone else has picked 4, so Rhelys out the gate is just deciding, if I'm going to go fast, I'm going to go, as you said, big, go fast.
Paste the in here. I'm just making sure, because everyone's cropped a little.
Omega Number asks, is this one of those games where high speed is comically too fast? We are about to see.
It's possible. It's possible to play this at 7, and I think if you look at some of the previous race times, that's what some people did.
Yeah, Pwndnoob.
But I would recommend around 4, probably.
Pwndnoob has opted to go to 3, so is deciding to try to be more slow and safe with this race.
Against Okami, that's a difficult choice to make. And here we go. Oh, gotta prop somebody. Okay, so.
Oh, jeez, yeah, that is so fast on Rhelys' screen.
Yeah, basically you control your little guy. Yeah, 7 is fast. Oh. You can go back and change it. Okay, so this is a 2-button game. You press one button to turn around, like to turn, and you can only actually turn one direction, I believe. This could actually be a 1-button. Let me take a look at the base here. Just remember this being really simple.
Sorry, I was just watching Rhelys' screen, and like it was going like super fast and super slow. Can you change the speed mid, like, level?
Let's see. Yeah, so there's a slow down button. Left click is move vertically. So left click. If you hold left click, you go up and down. Game too loud? I'll turn it down. If you hold left click, you go up and down. If you're not holding left click, you're going to move left and right, depending on what you've hit.
Okay.
If you hold right click, then you slow down, or space. You can zoom with the mouse wheel, and you can press escape to go to the menu.
But yeah,
so each of these things makes you do something. The red, the yellow, the blue bounces you back the other direction. The red, I think, bounces you vertically.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like yellow changes like your like polarity of like where you would move.
Right, whether or not you're gonna go up or down next.
And it looks like
when you press, because you can't control up or down. You can only control like vertical axis or horizontal axis. Depending on the color you go through, it's going to change that.
Okay, so now we've got like sign graph button. So that's crazy.
Yeah, so this is pretty crazy. The sign graph. That's very difficult to wrap your head around. Okami's making it work though. Just I believe this looks like speed 4 to me.
Oh, brushing against the wall. But yeah, it looks like yellow is our checkpoints. So as long as you get to a yellow line, you're making progress. And I think Rhelys just took the lead over TheWhitley. Rhelys was having a little bit of struggle in the first level, but now moving into first place. And so this is a double, so we do have 4 different races going on here. So for those of you who are new to the channel, so this is a blind race. All of our players here have not played this game before. And since this is a double, the players horizontally from each other are against each other. So Rhelys only cares about TheWhitley, Whitley only cares about Rhelys, and OkamiOfGames only cares about Pwndnoob, and Pwndnoob only cares about OkamiOfGames. So they're only concerned about their opponent. And we've got 2 players now, Rhelys and TheWhitley, on the same level. Rhelys is going for real slow with this sign graph, which I think is a very good play. So he's getting it done pretty much first try. And Pwndnoob still kind of wrapping his head around these levels. Okami, though, is zooming. Hitting this turquoise line. Real rude to have, like, a really small room that is a sign graph line.
Yeah, and I want to point out, you can kind of see the, Okami is using the slowdown liberally for the sign graph section, which is smart. See how you can see the kind of axes on your actual guy, on your dot? When you turn into the sign graph, you can see all they are, they're like curved axes. So when you press, you know, left or right, you're taking those rather than...
It is a little faint seeing it on the 4x4 layout.
That
Not
makes
4x4,
sense.
but... It's so, like, rude, as I think Myth in chat says, like, you run into this sign graph line and immediately plunges you into the wall. Yeah, Rhelys is now caught up with Okami, still remaining on super speed, which is a very...
This is not 7, I don't think. Maybe it is. The thing about your speed value is that it doesn't affect the slowdown speed. Oh, it does, actually. When Rhelys slows, he's going faster. Ooh. Maybe you just go to 7 and your slow is like basically a 3 at that point.
Yeah, but both Rhelys and Okami
So
finally
Rhelys
getting
has to
past.
go up through the red in order to make it to the end of the goal, because the red is going to flip up to down, which won't be obvious when you're in the sine wave mode, and then hits the blue, which flips right to left or left to right, and then that allows you to go down and then right into the goal, which is the big green. Luckily, when you go through the red, it means what it means. If you go through the red twice, it doesn't reverse you. There's 4 different colors for the 4 different...
Yeah, both. Now we got 3 of our players on this level.
Everybody's on this stage.
Oh, now everybody's on the stage. Yeah, wrapping their head around getting through this part. Okami skimming the line, going all the way back to the beginning. And I think that's what you need to do. Gets the clear. Moving on to level 15.
The interesting thing about this game is, like, it's really easy to push yourself too hard. This game is actually not particularly difficult. but you're going against your own sort of like instincts. Try and go as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I think I just saw on Rhelys' screen, if you crash too many times on the highest speed, it will bring up a warning. It's like, hey, I noticed you crashed a bunch. Why don't you just slow it down?
The golden mushroom of Super Mario.
Not even a golden mushroom, just like the warnings, like, hey,
yeah.
Maybe you want to put it on easy mode.
Very close race on top. Whitley going for the further zoom out, which I would recommend always zooming out as far as possible, no matter what game you're playing at every given time. Maybe that's naive, but I feel like that's just...
And Rhelys is through, so is going to maintain a little bit of a lead over the Whitley. Yeah, Pwndnoob is super zoomed in.
Now, I'm not sure why Okami is kind of doing this loop. Could very easily just hit the red on your initial way through.
I think a lot of it is just kind of like getting into a rhythm, and like you need to have that comfortableness of like, all right, now I'm ready to go.
Yeah. The curvy thing is the biggest kind of... I was actually going to say curveball. That was not on purpose that the game threw that shit.
Look, as a curvy fan, you gotta... Easy joke. Alright, so Okami making some quick work of these levels since that one level that everyone else was on. Whitley's still on it, same with Pwndnoob. Rhelys is now making some quick work of some of these other levels. But Okami is showing exactly why they are a threat in Mystery Tournament, why they were seeded.
Also, I think what I said earlier was wrong. Blue will actually always shift you either left or right, and every time you hit it, it shifts you. And the same with red. Depending on which. So you can't hit the same line.
Oh, Okami almost had it, but just turned a little bit too quickly.
This is a game with a pretty unique... Pwndnoob is trying to get him to slow down.
Yeah, I think everyone has seen the message at this point.
Rhelys is well ahead of the Whitley here. I think Whitley's really got to lock in. It's going to be a difficult catch up.
I mean, this has been a deciding level. Like, everyone was on this level at the same time.
Same for Pwndnoob, I think is still on the same level.
I think it's just managing, like, it's hard to wrap your head around going in specifically just right angles and then curving. Since, like, if you're doing the right angles, you're only really doing straightaways. But with the curved, you constantly want to be pushing the button. So as soon as you cross that line, you want to be pushing that button that you got into the rhythm of doing the sine graph. But if you do that, you'll just run directly into a wall.
Right, because it changes you from pure left, right. You really have to have your head in the... Oh, he slowed down for the transition. Oh, but hit the wall.
Yeah, and Rhelys
on this
is...
level, they gave Okami some trouble. Whitley finally finishing that level. Got some time to catch up. Only probably about 2 levels behind now. Pwndnoob, unfortunately... Well, this level took Okami a while. Honestly, Pwndnoob could make up some time here, but not knowing what's ahead of you, not the best strategy. I really think zooming out is what you want to do here.
But glad to see that everyone has made it past that one level. So that's good for everyone.
One interesting thing that you might have just seen on the... that's important to keep in mind later is you can basically grind the walls where you're like so close to them without dying. And this is actually perhaps necessary later on.
Interesting. Yeah, so Okami on level 22, so that is our high mark at this point.
Yeah, I can't remember. Does the pace spin here have a suggested speed? It does not. Speed class goes between 1 and 7, with 7 being the fastest. You can change this at will, so you will get the opportunity to do so between levels without having to go back to the menu.
Yeah, it's interesting because Rhelys has been staying on 7.
Is this 7 still?
Yeah, Rhelys is, I don't think, changed the speed at all.
It's definitely more than 4. Yeah, slow is not all that slow for Rhelys. But another way to play this, in the way like, oh no, Rhelys, rough. Another way to play this, and the way I remember playing it, is just staying on 4 and hardly using the slowdown button, which I think is also feasible. And that seems to be more what Okami's doing. Still slowing down in the curvy section, probably.
Yeah, it's important to have that kind of really focused control on those parts, since it's just so easy to just like get yourself off course. Yeah, and the Whitley has caught up. The speed, I think, is really hurting Rhelys right now.
Okami just on some sort of free level. I think that level was just trying to trick you. Has warps here. Warps are pretty self-explanatory. These ones aren't even different than if there was a hallway there.
Yeah, Rhelys is just being really stubborn with this speed.
Okami finishing that fast. Really moving ahead. It's going to be difficult for Pwndnoob to catch up at this point.
And now we've got 3
This is
players.
not a very long game. There are 42 levels. Okami is on 29. This is hosted on its own website. It's freeware. Posted. And the link is swiftstitch.thisguy.com or this Sophie Holden, this woman.com/place where you get the game.
I thought, okay, you said place where you get the game, as that is a part of the URL. That's very funny.
Is somebody you're familiar with? Mythical 9? I have not heard this name.
And Rhelys is through. So moving on to stage 19. And I think Whitley is going to be very close behind. Oh no, but puts the turn 2 one time early.
Yeah, this level is one where Rhelys, I mean, probably spent a little too much time here. I think the Whitley could really make up some time. Ooh, I like that, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry is a very, very cruel level. Okami having to swiftly manage these curved turns.
Yeah,
and there is... But there is like a green dotted line. I'm wondering why that's there, if it's useful in any way.
Now that would instantly kill you because it would make you start going straight. So you can't go.
So you can't go too close.
To get through this. You technically could take 90 degrees to go through this if you were clicking really, really fast, so fast that you were basically doing a diagonal line. But like, I don't know how possible that is. There we go. Through. Oh.
And there is Whitley now. Whitley back on the same level. So is Pwndnoob. So all our 3 other racers have caught up.
The line is a checkpoint. But you notice if you're holding the button when you come into line, you know, you'll start immediately going vertically exactly where that line is. Don't. It's like kind of a fixed. It's almost like a setup.
Yeah, something about the slowdown makes me think it's like on a timer. Like you can only hold slowdown for so long before it forces you back into normal speed. Because there's times it looks like where I just see them.
Oh yeah, you can see the line. My wife has correctly pointed out that there is indeed a little slowdown time.
Yeah, so you can't just like abuse the timer. Or the slowdown, that is.
Quickly. The Whitley's still giving Rhelys a run for his money here. I think this could really go either way.
Yeah,
slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, Pwndnoob has a chance if Okami still is stuck on this curvy level.
And is still progressing. I mean, we're quite a few levels back, but is not just sitting here stagnant. Although we seem to be going at maybe 2. That's not judgment. It's the slower speed.
It's a different way to play.
It's not judgment at all.
Different way to play.
If level 2 makes you finish first try, then this is the strategy, honestly.
And it's like when you know you're playing an opponent who is very strong, like sometimes you just have to stick with a strategy. And if this is a comfortable way that you know you're going to make progress, I mean, I don't disagree with it.
No, I actually
It may not win you the race.
I think that, there's a show in Canada called Canada's Worst Driver, where they get really bad drivers and try and teach them how to drive better. And there's a challenge that they do called Know Your Limits, where literally it's not actually a driving challenge. They're just like, how fast do you think you could go? And you fail if you overestimate your abilities because you do an impossible task. I feel like that's kind of how this is. There's nothing that's forcing Okami to stay at this level. He can go back out to the menu and change anytime. And maybe should. This game's kind of a trap in that way. If you had played it once from the beginning, would you be done by now? Maybe.
Yeah, because I think most of our players have kind of stuck with the speed that they started with. I think Okami may have switched it to a little bit lower at one point.
Pwndnoob got an achievement. Apparently there's an in-game achievement system. Enhance the gamer score.
Oh, I think Okami's gonna get through. Oh, almost. Like, they almost had it.
You had to say it.
I know. But, like, you have to be there. You have to be there for those moments.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, as opposed to not saying it. Very good point, Trambles. Very good point. We are indeed commentating the match right now.
Hey, I'm just calling it as I see it. Yeah, and this is going to be the section. Okami's going to get it soon. So, Pwndnoob really needs to start kind of like, almost quite literally, picking up the pace. And so far the speed has been keeping, so Rhelys currently has I think a 3-level lead, and there it is. Yeah, the time I wasn't looking at Okami was when they get it. You're welcome, Okami.
It was still pretty close. Here, Pwndnoob just needs to go this way. Yep, okay, there we go. And I think now has this level. Yeah, big green. Go. Similar to big punch out.
Yeah, but that's an 11-stage lead right now for Okami. That's some big levels right there. Oh, Rhelys really, I think, needs to turn down the speed. I think if Rhelys was playing at maybe 5 or like 4 or 5, I think he'd be getting most of these levels pretty quickly.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
I mean, there is fun into it. Oh, we already
But we're
turned it
saying
down to
Rhelys
4?
starting down at 4. This is a pretty tight level, regardless of. That's a finish, though.
Are you
Rhelys is
sure?
down to 4 now, but you can go lower than 4. That's the thing. 4 seems like, well, I should at least be going over half. This is a race, but not losing the level saves a lot of time. Uh-oh.
I don't know. For some reason, it just looked
right
like.
This is a situation where zooming out would.
All right, 27, 20. Okay, so Rhelys maintaining about a 2-stage lead right now.
Okami is moving, avoiding the twirly green line, which I think is correct. Don't want to hit that.
And slowing down, getting the finish.
Oh, you do want to hit it because you want to come back. Wow, that's kind of like cutting out half that level there. That's nice. Okay, so here's an example. Look, you need to go up.
Yeah, so you need to ride that line that you were saying.
Yeah. You gotta go down to the red, which Okami may not see is there, and flip is vertical.
Yeah, Okami is still trying to figure out. I mean, there's not many things in this level, so they'll probably see it soon.
Yeah. You kind of like grind.
Yep, there it goes.
The line. It's kind of cool looking. They actually put in a little animation. And then again, right up the top there, you can do the line. Right.
Yeah, I think what's happening is like anytime we see them like bounce back is that they just click the exact moment. So that's a checkpoint for Okami on this level. Bouncing into death.
Pwndnoob has gone 3 of the 4 directions. Fortunately, only one of them has the exit. There we go. Okami grinding this line, finishing this basically 3 levels left.
It's like a trumpet.
Level.
It's a trumpet. $39 on to 40. Yeah, Pwndnoob's gonna need a miracle in order to make the comeback happen. Oh yeah.
Christmas is past. Rhelys on this very difficult level.
Oh, but like
Okami for a very long time, making pretty solid progress here.
I think Rhelys actually understands what to do here.
Oh, that you want to hit the line and then kind of come off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Rhelys is gonna get this really quick.
Wow. TheWhitley on the same level.
Yeah, Okami was on that for what I would say was hours.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Uh-oh. Rhelys needing one more switch to get through. Okami is potentially on the final level here.
Man, this looks like a long straightaway. This is like the big
speed. Maybe was already down at this kind of lower speed.
Ooh, Pwndnoob, but directly into the wall. Back to the beginning. That's rough for this level. It's a long wait to get to these hallways.
Not a short level.
There is a checkpoint.
Still in these curves, much like Tommy was earlier. There's quite a few levels left, but Rhelys is in a good spot to have understood this level so quickly.
Yeah, that might be the deciding factor for this top race. They've been really close the entire time, but just Rhelys figuring out how to get through level sorry. Yeah, this level that Okami's on just seems long. It doesn't seem like overtly challenging like some of the other levels.
Yeah, the curvy thing, I think, is definitely, when you're on straight lines, I think most people kind of intuitively understand switching at a night. Like, you have to have some reflex there, but the actual puzzle aspect is...
Is this the end?
There it is.
42. That is going to be a dot done from Okami. Assuming they actually do it.
Yes. Dot done with a 28-21.
So GG's to Okami. Nope, that's TheWhitley.
Oh. So true.
So true, bestie. 28-21.
And
so Okami.
And, Pwndnoob has forfeit, so let's just have a little fun here and do this.
Yeah, the two-person layout. Let's go.
Sound for...
And maybe we might hear a little bit of Rhelys if he has mic.
We just might. I think Whitley is definitely. This level is, I think you can approach in a couple different ways. What Okami did was actually not even go to the second half of the stage. Just hit the curve and then curved back around and went to the end.
Yeah, so that's going to be the interesting puzzle of will our other two players here figure that out?
Actually, that may be the only way to do it. I mean, I guess I don't...
I mean, there's got to be another way.
Oh yeah, here we go. This'll work. Oh, well. No, that wouldn't have worked,
I think if Rhelys would have gone through the green the green dots again and then did it again at this side.
Oh, and curved back here? Yeah, that could have been... Because the curve doesn't switch your directions. And because you can curve anywhere you want, you can actually go through the green and then come up here through the red and then just
Rhelys
finish the stage.
Exactly going to do it the same way.
Yep.
A little bit of an oversight for this puzzle, but
I think maybe the intended solution, honestly. I'm not sure.
I don't think it's the intended solution. I think that's just like a weird oversight. And Rhelys,
oh wow, yeah, Rhelys
doing the wall ride
really fast. No issue at all. Has picked up on this kind of wall riding technique from an earlier stage. Ooh.
Oh. I feel like it's so easy to just accidentally bounce off of these dotted
lines.
lines.
You have to do is have the button held when you hit the curved line, so you're going vertically. If you have it not held, you'll just bounce back the other way and go horizontally.
Yeah, and I think that was almost like the last real hurdle. Okami did these other levels pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is one where you're probably going to want the slowdown. Oh, or not. That's not the way you... Still. I think it'd be difficult for the Whitley to catch up right now.
And there's the bounce back, slowing down, getting to the corner. It's going to be another clear. That's level 39. 3 levels to go. Whitley on 37. So if Whitley can figure out this one pretty quickly... Whitley, I think, is going to do it. I think Whitley just saw the exact solution here. Yep. This is a race, friends. That's a large time save for Whitley right there.
Also, the title of this game has a star in the middle, in between Swift and Stitch. It's difficult to write out. I can put a little asterisk. No, that doesn't look quite right.
And it took a little bit longer for the Whitley to figure out this line, but not that long. So the Whitley, I think, is going to make up some time here. Will it be enough to catch up to Rhelys? Rhelys is still struggling on level 40 right now.
I was looking at previous races, and I thought that we had an insane time for Rhelys. And we do, but it's not. That was
Oh, it's like a 10-minute time?
a 13-minute finish, yeah. Initial time was 25 minutes. Still. Somebody said this was in top 8. I actually don't think this was. I think this has always just been...
Ooh, yeah, Rhelys is struggling with level 40 right now. Yeah, Whitley 1 level behind. There's the clear, 41. 2 levels to go for Rhelys.
This was actually raced by Blecky and Nightmare back in 2013.
Oh, this is an old game.
Yeah. On that one, they raced it, they forced Speed 4.
Yeah, I think Rhelys is just 1 move away here from solving level 41.
Yep, there it is. Looking good.
Yeah, and 42 wasn't too difficult. It was just long.
And there are checkpoints. Well.
Yeah, Whitley on level 40 right now. It'll be the miracle of a lifetime if the Whitley can pull this off. It's gonna need some help from Rhelys getting stuck.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Jump Grid is all that simple. That's a paid game, so we may not see...
Ooh, the grind on the wall. Rhelys maintains this run.
Very close there. I don't know what your hitbox actually is, but it's not big. But I mean, this is like... Oh, well, and of course as I say that.
Oh,
the point I was making is that this is basically like, you know... These are like luxury lanes here compared to what we were seeing before, but apparently not.
Oh, and the Whitley doing
the Whitley
just
getting close.
Just 1 turn too soon.
Ooh, Irvin, wiggling. Okay.
Gets the checkpoint.
Oh, well, you have the checkpoint. I mean, who... Yeah, this is a little annoying because those little things speed you up, but you can kind of... Oh, okay. Or just do it anyway. I was going to say avoid them, but... And we have another checkpoint at this point. Good as finished.
Yeah.
Incredible not slowing down for that spot, though. Showing off a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is the last checkpoint. It's a valiant comeback for the Whitley, but it is going to be
hot on the tail here. You know, this is a pretty close race when it all comes down to it.
Yeah, Whitley's gonna be on. Oh my gosh. No. Well, there's a checkpoint at least, so it's not that quick of a. It's not that slow of a reset. Oh, but misses the turn again.
And we've got the big circle out here.
Hard to miss. I think that's it. Rhelys taking the victory. Very close.
Done with an official SRL time of 37:29. TheWhitley just one level from the end. My dashboard.
What a race. And Whitley now entering the final level, doing a quick zoom in, zoom out. He knows he had it. He had a chance. Maybe we'll see some more expressive zooming. If the Whitley gets this on the first try, that's a sad day.
I know, this is a close race. I'm going to pull our previous racers.
And we are joined by our two previous racers, the Jack Danubis himself, OkamiOfGames, and the clearly a chicken, Pwndnoob.
These feathers McGraw, get it right.
No, that's a chicken. He's clearly a chicken.
Okay.
We're respecting the disguise around here. This is the game where you primarily battle yourself. Do you feel the same way?
I don't appreciate that I saw the game end on a while I was on a level that was apologizing for its difficulty.
There is kind of a special technique to that level. Rhelys had it. Okami did not really have it. Kind of just brute force through it. And was able to make it through.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on? Yeah. Go for it.
Brute force the first half, and the second half I was brute forcing for a while, and then when I lined it up once, like, oh, this is how you're supposed to get. This is how you're supposed to this stage. I'm dumb.
This is an interesting game because you can slow down at any time, right? Like, there's nothing. You could have played the game on 1, and would you have been faster? We'll never know, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it is interesting.
Yeah, though the burst slow time is on a meter. So you have to... But it looks like it recharges immediately, so like if you just quickly double tap the slowdown button to return time normal, and then speed it up again, it'll refresh the meter.
The issue with the slow down button is it then, when you press it again, it becomes the speed up button. And if you don't press it, if you just try and hit chill in it, it'll speed up automatically, which is even worse. So I think it's a bit of a
What I mean when I say slow down, of course there's the slow down button, but then there's also, you could change your speed, your base speed.
Yeah, so I didn't realize, like, when it gave me the you've crashed too many times, but it didn't even, like, see a button in there immediately.
Yeah, I got that message as well.
To change the speed.
Well, you can change it on the main menu. It's at the top of the level select screen.
My ego was being hurt where I'm like, I'm already in 3 or 2. I'm not going to 1. You can't trick me to do that. I'm gonna
see, but that's the thing. Would you have a better time at 1? Would all of us just have a better blind time if we played the game at 1? It's hard to say.
You don't know that. Maybe turning it to 1 makes every level just a straight line.
Well, I don't think it does.
You don't know that.
I hope it doesn't do that, or else that's got a bit of a.
Nah, I knew that. Especially if we saw a time finish at 22 minutes, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Okami's gonna finish within 10 minutes of the fastest time. That just seems like a fair assumption. Yeah. And I knew that if I at that point like slowed down, there was really no shot, and I hadn't really considered changing in the level select because I wish I had a bit for like the green curvy lines. I'll be honest, guys. The line colors, I still have no clue what happens after you go through a line. I just fail to acknowledge at any point if I would go up or down, and doubly so going through the curvy lines.
Blue flips you left and right. Red flips you up to down.
hate to interrupt,
and
but I do want to say that TheWhitley did finish with a
yes,
40-49. Don't want to ignore that. We did have another.
congratulations.
We'll get him in here.
GG.
Yeah, GG. No, I've been mentioning to myself like Okami is just a rough matchup for me because it's like what I want in Mystery Tournament to have be successful, and to have fun, to be honest, is puzzles. But Okami is very good at puzzles, and for anything else that's like a weird game or a platformer game, which Okami's played 8,000 games. He's almost assuredly
No,
played
no, no, no,
eight
no, no,
games.
no. Okami owns 8,000
Oh,
games.
sorry.
Yeah, still working through them. There's still a lot that I gotta get through on there. If it means anything, though, after we scheduled our match, after you won your first match, I loaded up the game that you had, and you were actually on a better. I didn't go through the entire goal, but I went through the first two worlds, and you were on a better pace than me after the first two worlds in that game. If that means anything to you.
That's nice. I appreciate that. Honestly, I think it often came down to the third world, probably too, because basically the reason I was doing well was I was just incredibly aggressive with skipping levels.
Yeah, there's a reason why Okami's not saying their third world time.
Yeah. Now the reality is here with like a game that's so mechanical. I didn't love my chances, but I didn't actually dislike the game. I do want, well, I'm salty because the lines are hard. I do think it's a good game, and I do want to see it more in Mystery Tournament.
It's the kind of game that I would, if it was released on something like Vectrex, I would absolutely play the crap out of it. It was up until we had to do loops and all that. It was a real fun game.
Yeah,
Aiming with the loops, it still maintained some funness, but wasn't quite as interesting to me after those got introduced.
yeah. I'm down to not have any more games that have the word "sorry" exclamation mark, which I feel is just a marker of like a good 5 to 7 years before we invented Faudian games to distract those sort of devs
Well, this
who
may
give
have been, may well have been on the Vectrex. This was raced by Blecky and Nightmare slash Moose back in 2013. This game is ancient as far as indie MT games go.
Yeah, this is in a retirement home. That's where you find
Yeah.
this game.
I'm glad it still runs well, to be honest. It runs on Windows 11 just fine.
Yeah.
Are we getting the other boys in here? As in,
No one has come into the waiting room yet, so I think this is the interview. But GG to both of you. You are both still in this tournament, coming from a big Winners 2, Wizards 2. Okami will continue to be a wizard for some amount of time longer. Pwndnoob has been relegated to the lizard life, but is in good company down there, slithering around with all of his friends. Oh no, we have Rhelys.
I do like the idea of that you're relegated to lizard status.
to be
Well,
clear,
and then
we are
eventually you leave the lizards, and I maintain that we do not know what happens at that point.
Oh, I posited that you just turned back into a human, the lowest form of all creatures.
Yeah, that could
my
be.
my headcanon is the person who goes into grand finals from the lower bracket from Blizzards becomes a dragon. That's my headcanon.
my current headcanon, oh, hey Rhelys, is that we are actually all lizards, but we're wearing wizard hat and monocle, and then when you lose your first match, you get seen as a fraud. Your hat falls off.
Oh no.
Your hat falls off, or it just gets recolored to be a dunce cap.
All right, enough
Exactly.
of you two. Rhelys is here.
Hey,
Congrats on your win, Rhelys.
thank you. That game hurts my head.
It is a head-hurty game.
Oh, it was fun though. Green is not my friend. And there's one of the stages, I don't remember which one, I was on it for way too long. It's just having a moment.
There was
That
a
is the same one for all of us.
Yeah, there was a stage.
Was it 31?
It was
the
actually
one
an
that says
early
sorry.
stage.
No, Rhelys was fast
No.
at 31. This was like 15
Okay.
or 16.
Yeah.
Everybody was on it at the same time, actually.
Was it the
yeah,
one that you had to go
Oh,
all the
I
way
know.
back
I think
to
I know
turn-
which one you're talking about. Yeah.
You had to
I
go.
think
Those
it
were
was
the
you're
early
the
ones that
only one-
introduced the green lines.
You're the only one who experimented with Speed 7, Rhelys. How does that make you feel?
I thought everyone was doing Speed 7.
I did it for the first few stages, and then when I died more than twice, I went back to speed 4.
I'd seen this game before, went, no, I'm not going to be good at this, and immediately went to speed 3, and then got really sad because the first few levels were really easy, and I went,
Yeah.
maybe I should have been on at least 4 or 5 for the first few and change it later.
That's the same
Yeah.
logic of why I went to speed 7. I figured the first few were going to be tutorial stages, so
Yeah.
the layout of them was probably not going to be that difficult.
Yeah. It was 18 was the one I got stuck on for a year.
Yeah. Everybody, oddly enough, yeah, everybody, there was no, it was anyone's game at that point. Every single person was on that stage at the same time, and then that's when the separation started after that. You 31, which is the one that says sorry, I believe is the stage. You killed it. You went through that stage like third or fourth try, and almost everyone else had a significant struggle on that one. So I think that's what really clinched your win over the
Did you
Whitley.
do that one the intended
the Whitley's
way?
time was really not that all that different from yours. Was right on your heels. Only one level behind.
That one was very scary because I was like, this is either going to be lots of timing or let go and pray. And let go and pray ended up being the answer.
Yeah,
the
I
little
tried the lots of timing, and it got me to the checkpoint. So it took me a while to figure out that let go and pray. So you got that over me.
No.
And also the
I didn't notice it
level
was-
where you have to ride the wall, the very first level where you kind of ride it down into a red
Yeah.
and then back up. You just immediately did it. Okami was kind of looking around a little bit, trying to suss out what was going on, and so was everyone else actually. So Rhelys, that was a couple levels that put you ahead of the curve there.
Was that the one
No
that was
pun
titled
intended.
Hold?
It may have been.
So I didn't look at the level title. See, that's the thing. We talk about that. Level titles can be tricks, little hints.
Oh, I ignored all of them.
Yeah, it was Hold.
noticed
Hold
them
was that
right
one.
around.
That's why you haven't won Mystery Tournament yet, Okami.
You gotta read the level titles.
No, I think that would be a reason to win mystery tournaments because I don't read. Nobody in mystery tournament reads.
Again, that's
true.
why you haven't won Mystery Tournament yet. All of our Mystery Tournament winners are avid readers.
No, it's Kuso where you don't read. There they don't tell you anything, so there's nothing to read. Here we tell you everything. Not actually, but sometimes you get novels of Pastebin, and it's taking you back to the MT or to the SAT. I meant to
The
say
SAT is your next race, Okami.
Oh no! I didn't sign up for this.
Okami, you just do.
I'm back. You can have the win, Pwndnoob. I'm backing out of MT19.
I'm pretty.
Just do all A's is my strategy.
I'm pretty sure there is a DS like SAT prep game.
We're racing 100 classic books here.
There's a book report at the end you need to fill out.
It's not quite the general knowledge that we ask for in Jolly. Well, anyways, I haven't seen the Whitley pop in, but great race, all three of you.
I
this
appreciate
is
the
a
kind
fun
words.
one. This one's been raced quite a few times. You have a lot of old times to compare to. This is
Pwndnoob, I've already gave you the
mainstay.
kindest words of all time.
Did it update on my card, by the way?
Yes, it did.
Okay, good. I needed to check if Maurice's website still worked for updates because it didn't look like it necessarily updated. Perfect.
Yep, and we won't speak of it.
Yep, bye.
Anyway, ID, continue.
No, that's all.
Yeah,
great
so yeah,
job,
thank you,
two.
thank you, Okami, thank you, Rhelys. We look forward to seeing your next matches.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We will let you go.
Take care. Good luck, racers, in your future matches.
But yeah, I think that just about wraps it up for tonight. We don't have any more matches tonight.
I think so. Let me just take a quick look here at what's going on, what I have seen, what I haven't. Yeah, don't have any of these downloaded. All the ones I had downloaded have already been restreamed, so I think that we will call it there. Thank you, Shrambles. Let's take a look at the matches scheduled. Oh, boo doo doo.
Do 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 do. Oh yeah, do 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 do. Yeah, we got a lot of matches tomorrow. They are a bit spread out. So we got like our kind of our lunch hour time.
Yeah.
With Fast Fruit Man versus Buster Curie. And then after that, Don Ravioli versus Dolores Fred.
Mamma mia.
And then later on, we've got Quartz versus Bacon Man and Ridley Dragon versus Mazare and a double. And then
Nice.
following that, I would consider a main event match. Full of Lizards versus Some Girl. Full of
This would
Lizards.
be a top 8 match right there.
Full of Lizards, you know, we named the tournament after Full of Lizards.
It's true. Full Lizards feels the pull to the Lizards bracket, so it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. I think Some Girl has the advantage there.
But as soon as Full of Lizards is down in the Lizards bracket, you do not want to face Full of Lizards.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing is, Full Lizards is already there. The lower bracket is literally full of lizards right now. So, I think if Full Lizards stays in the upper bracket, that's even scarier, because that's like they're in both places.
There's lizards everywhere.
I know. Please schedule your matches. I will ping everyone who hasn't very, very angrily. And that may not matter to you, but trust me, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the vibes all the way from me to you if you don't schedule your match.
You don't want those bad vibes.
Yeah, well-timed Angie Cow. Angie Cow still makes me laugh every time. I just think it's so good. Thank you, Hopscotch007, for Angie Cow.
I just like the word Angie. It's a nice word.
It is. It's a mainstay in this household ever since Angie Cow has come into existence. Well, thank you, Shrambles, for joining me for commentary. Thank you, everyone, for watching these matches. And Ferris has mentioned to me, not to call them out, that we never raid anybody. I said, is there a reason? And I said, yes, just general incompetence is why we don't do it. And so here we are. Let's raid somebody. Who's streaming? Somebody give me somebody to raid, and I will figure out how to do it. Is Ferris themselves streaming?
Ferris is not streaming. I do not have any good stream.
Dwarf? Yeah, I'll raid Dwarf. Why not?
Dwarf's a good. Yeah, Dwarf's good. Yeah.
Raid/channel. So do I just type in?
I think you can just /raid. I think that works.
Yeah. GDQ doesn't need our raid. Go watch GDQ if you want to, but they don't need a raid of 80 people. You get it. You already know GDQ is happening. If you want to be watching GDQ, and more power to you.
You 80 people are probably already watching GDQ right now. You don't need a second
that's true. You're
tab
probably
open.
watching both. Invalid username. Okay, so I just typed the username. The raid has been created. Everybody say happy game day when you get over there.
Happy game day is the raid message.
And I don't know. Does that mean it's happening now? How do I know if it's happening?
Raid messages don't mean anything. Well, Jorf's just gonna see like 17 happy game days and just like, okay.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, that's just obviously the reaction. Okay, how do I know if this is actually gonna happen? Like, there's supposed to be a countdown, right?
I mean, Moore says there's a button. Why don't you just do? Isn't there a button?
Oh, there we go. There we go. It's happening. In 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody.